Hi everyone, Anthony here from Level Up Your Teaching. This is the second video of our How to Teach Online video series. In the first one, we looked at two different vocabulary activities and we altered them so that they are suitable for online lessons. If you haven't watched the video yet, make sure you click here, click that like button if you like it, and let me know of what you thought in the comments below. Now for this one, we're going to look at a grammar activity. In order to practice one of the most challenging grammar points, question forms. So before you can all say Jack Robinson, let's go so that I can give you more information about this activity and also practice setting it up in Zoom. Let's go! So what we're going to do today is help our students form those questions. So this is our primary focus. To do that, we're going to give them prompts, as in what/you/it. And we're going to force them to create questions using these prompts. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important to give them a time expression to work with. For example, I would like my students to work on past simple. So I'm going to give them the time expression last night. So depending on what tense you would like to practice, you can give them a different time expression. Now, just to make it a little bit more competitive and fun, we're going to add a little twist to our activity. So why don't we go to Zoom and have a look on how we can set this activity up. Hi everyone. Hey, Emmanuel, Hilary, and Daniel, thank you very much for joining us here today to show this activity. So as we said, we're going to be practicing question forms. Now, for this activity, we're going to use the chat box again. Now, what I would like you to do, guys, is open the chat box and have a look at what I'm going to send you. Can you all see the 4 words that I've typed?
Yes.
Yes.
That's brilliant. Now, is this a complete question?
No, it's not.
All right. Is there a verb in this question, Ilaria?
Yes.
Now,
Yes,
what's the
maybe.
verb?
Have.
All right, that's brilliant. Emmanuel, is there an auxiliary verb in this sentence?
No, there isn't one.
That's brilliant. And what about a time expression? Is there a time expression?
No, it's not as well.
Well, that's great. There isn't a time expression. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to complete this question with the correct auxiliary verb and the correct time expression. Now, where are we going to put the time expression? In the middle or at the end of the question?
The end of the question.
Yep, at the end of the question. So, off you go, guys. Complete the question with the missing words. So, it's a good idea to give your students about 20 seconds before they write their answers, because it does take time, especially if this is a control practice of those question forms. So let's give them a few more seconds. Oh, that's brilliant. That was really quick. So what did you have for dinner last night? Emmanuel too, what did you have for dinner last night? And what about Daniel? Let's give a few more seconds to Daniel. What did you have for dinner last night? That's brilliant. Now remember, I mentioned something about a twist. So what we're going to do now is we're going to first check if all the questions are correct, and they're all correct. But the first one who wrote the question was Ilaria. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to send Ilaria the next prompt through a private message. So Ilaria, can you see the prompt I sent you?
Yes.
That's brilliant. Now, what I would like you to do, I would like you to ask Daniel and Emmanuel this question. However, This time I don't want you to type the answer. I want you to speak.
Okay.
Are you?
So, what did you do for your last birthday?
That's correct. That's brilliant. Good intonation and correct question. Now, Emmanuel and Daniel have to type the answer to this question. Let's give them a few more seconds. So as we said, this is going to be 100% student generated. Your students are going to be answering with their own answers. For my last birthday, I visited London. Oh, that's brilliant. London's beautiful. I love London. For my last birthday, I had a party with friends. There's a small mistake here, but that's correct. Now, Daniel was the first person who answered this question. So now I'm going to send Daniel the next prompt, and Ilaria and Emmanuel will have to answer Daniel's question. So thank you very much, guys. That was brilliant, and let's get back. Now there are two things that I would like you to remember regarding this activity. The first one has to do with the lesson planning. So how does this activity fit in our lesson? Now what I would normally do is I would start with the positive and negative sentences, move to the control and semi-control practice, and then obviously do the question forms. And only after this, I would do this activity, because this activity will serve as the control practice of those question forms. But at the same time, it would be the freer practice of the positive and negative sentences. The second thing has to do with feedback. What I would normally do is write my feedback down and then present it to the students at the end of this activity. And it's important to give them feedback at this point, because you really want them to produce accurate language when they're going to do their semi-control and their freer practice. Now, one good thing about this activity and online environments in general is that the chat box allows for the students to see each other's answers, which means that they will already have an idea of what their mistakes are by the end of this activity. Now, thanks again for watching my video, guys. If you like the content, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. Now, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.